Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're going to cover hyperthyroidism versus hypothyroidism. We'll do a basic compare and contrast. We'll look at some causes, lab values, signs and symptoms, as well as some treatment options. And then we'll look at some memory tricks that can hopefully help you out in your studying a little bit. But before we get right into the compare and contrast, I want to start over here on the top right of your screen, and I want to talk about this signaling pathway between the hypothalamus, pituitary, and your thyroid. Just having a basic understanding of this will help you make a lot more sense of the underlying cause of the disease, as well as the lab values, and make sense of the signs and symptoms as well. So we'll start here in the hypothalamus, which is what releases these releasing hormones. So this TRH here, this is going to stand for thyrotropin releasing hormone. And what this does is this is going to stimulate your pituitary gland, which will release thyroid stimulating hormones. That's TSH, that's thyroid stimulating hormone. And the role of thyroid stimulating hormone is to stimulate the thyroid to release your thyroid hormones, which are T3 and T4. So these right here are your thyroid hormones, and these are the lab values we use to look at to diagnose the hyper versus hypothyroidism. So the TRH isn't as important right here for differentiating these right now, but it is really important to understand what the pituitary, that's what releases the thyroid stimulating hormone, and that hormone is what stimulates the thyroid to release T3 and T4, which are your thyroid hormones. So just a basic understanding of that will really help you out down the line here. So now let's get into this compare and contrast. So real quick before we start, a couple memory tricks. Hyperthyroidism, this is a overreactive thyroid, right? So here, every time you hear hyperthyroidism, you can think hot and high, and this will make more sense when we talk about signs and symptoms especially. And then when you hear hypothyroidism, now everything's too slow, right? It's underreactive. So here, you can think low and slow. All right, let's get into some causes. So the main cause, or the most common cause of hyperthyroidism is going to be autoimmune disease called Graves' disease. And remember, with hyperthyroidism, this is just you overreactive thyroid, right? So right now, this video is just focused specifically on primary hyper and hypothyroidism. So this isn't going to be issues with your pituitary or hypothalamus, right? This is going to be, the issue is strictly with your thyroid gland. So just keep that in mind as we work down the video here. But we're getting some lab values now. So when you hear hyper or hypo, you want to associate the hyper and hypo with the thyroid hormones, which are your T3 and T4. So hyperthyroidism, hyper is going to be high T3 and T4. And then because, like I said, we're discussing primary hyperthyroidism versus hypothyroidism, the TSH, the thyroid stimulating hormone, is going to be opposite. Decrease thyroid stimulating hormone. And if you think about it, this makes sense because we said our issue is with our thyroid gland, right? So that's why we have high T3 and high T4, because the thyroid gland on its own is overproducing, it's overreactive, which is why you see a low thyroid stimulating hormone, because it's not telling the thyroid to produce. This is an issue strictly with the thyroid on its own. If it was a secondary cause, like if it was a cause because of the pituitary gland, you would see increased thyroid stimulating hormone, and that would be the reason for the increased T3 and T4, but that's not the case here because we're discussing primary hyperthyroidism. So your TSH is going to be low, and that doesn't matter to your thyroid. It's still overproducing anyway. So you'll see high T3, high T4 with a low TSH. As far as signs and symptoms, this is what I was talking about here when we talk about hot and high, right? So this could be things like tachycardia, palpitations, tremors as well. Everything's just moving too fast, right? Weight loss is another big one. Hair loss. And then some important ones that seem to be commonly tested are going to be bulging eyes, which is your exothalamus. So that's your exothalamus. This is just bulging eyes, as well as heat intolerance. heat intolerance. So those are some signs and symptoms you can see with hyperthyroidism. As far as some treatment, so, think about what's our issue. Our issue is our thyroid is overreactive. It's producing too much T3 and T4, right? So what do we need to do? We need to slow the thyroid down. So as far as a medication standpoint, we can use, I'll just put pharmacology here. We can use the medication. The most common is going to be PTU. And how to remember this, PTU, you can think, put thyroid under. That's what you need to do, right? You need to slow it down. You need to put it under. So that's how you can remember PTU. Other options can be radiation as well as surgery to correct the hyperthyroidism. All right, now let's move on. Let's take a look at hypothyroidism. So here, this is going to be another autoimmune cause, which is going to be called Hashimoto's. Like I said, both of these, so Graves' disease and Hashimoto's, are going to be autoimmune. So that's going to be your primary causes of these. And now lab values. So we talked about if you hear hyper or hypo, you want to associate that with the T3 and T4, with the amount of thyroid hormone, right? So hypothyroidism, so that's low T3 and low T4. And we said your thyroid stimulating hormone will be opposite, right? So increased thyroid stimulating hormone. And once again, this makes sense if we think about it. If our issue is our thyroid gland itself is not producing, we have increased thyroid stimulating hormone because the pituitary is trying to tell the thyroid that, you need to produce more T3 and T4. But because there's an issue there, the thyroid is unable to do so. So you get a decreased T3 and a decreased T4. Now, once again, this is, like we said, this video is strictly focusing on primary causes. And if it was a secondary hypothyroidism, that's when you could see a low thyroid stimulating hormone. And that would be the root cause of the T3 and T4. But like I said, in this case, in this video, we're just focused on primary hypothyroidism. So the issue is the thyroid itself. So even though it's getting adequate stimulation from the thyroid stimulating hormone from the pituitary, it's still unable to produce adequate thyroid hormones. That's why you see your low T3 as well as your low T4. Okay, let's move on here to some signs and symptoms now. So these would be kind of opposite of hyperthyroidism, right? So this is low and slow. So now you get bradycardia, you get loss of energy, fatigue, weight gain is one here. And then like we said, so with hyperthyroidism, you can have increased bowel frequency. So this one, now you can have decreased bowel frequency. So you can lead to constipation. Hyperthyroidism was heat intolerance. This one's going to be cold intolerance. And then here you can also have decreased or delayed reflexes. Everything is low and slow, right? With both of these, you can see a goiter. It might be more common with hyper, but you can see it with both. As far as treatment options here, this one, so our issue is the thyroid is underreactive, right? So what do we need to do in our body? We need to produce more T3 and T4. And the main treatment here is going to be from a pharmacology standpoint. This one, very common. It's going to be your levothyroxine for your thyroid replacement. That's just a thyroid replacement medication. Okay, so that's just a basic overview there of hyper versus hypothyroidism. Have any questions, please let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel and let me know down below. I appreciate y'all watching. Thank y'all.